Okay, we're recording. Cool. So let's get straight into it, guys. Welcome to the call for everyone who can make it tonight. Thanks for those who, like Emma just got home from work, was just about to have dinner, and, you committed to being on the call and you're here. So thanks for that. And all of you, whatever it took to be here. Alice, you're a mum, so it always takes some to be on the call. But all of you guys are all awesome. So, yeah, I just want to give that thanks. And did you want to say anything else before we get kicked started?
No, that it just makes me happy to be on here, like to see everyone. That makes me happy. I don't get out much these days, so
especially. So I didn't. Did you have any? We're going to start with recognition and acknowledgements, and I actually wanted to chuck it out there first. Rach, did you have anyone that you wanted to actually acknowledge this week?
I hadn't even really given it any thought. That's really bad. I
know you've acknowledged Lena already. But
yeah. So
6.6.
I need to tell her to change it. 6.6 kilos in 2 months. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know Christina and the team, you would have been tagged in the post Rach put up about the weight she lost, and she.
Everybody's been like commenting heaps on it. It's so awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah, she's so energetic. We saw her last weekend at a lunch we went to at the Raw Food Cafe. Is that what's called?
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah. And she was so energetic. Her face was completely lit up. She's like, "Thank you so much, Isaac, you and Rach. You guys have just completely changed my life. I'm just so happy with like my body now." And I'd never seen her. I've known her for a while. I've never seen her that lit up.
No, I've never seen her so excited. And her friend, like her best, where's she from? She's from like Eastern Europe. I can never remember the country. Hungary.
Hungary, yeah.
One of those Eastern European countries. She's from Hungary, and her Hungarian friend has just joined her. So it's just like so awesome. Like when you have like one of your best mates join you. So
yeah, she was just like, this woman, my friend Kinga, she wants to do it.
Yeah,
she's like that. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, I would just say I just want to acknowledge everyone for staying in. For me, it's been a quite rocky week, and I'm actually just really keen to acknowledge myself, because despite everything that happened, I still kept up with like my daily practices, and I still took action, and I still plugged into the team pages even when I didn't feel like it. And I know, and that acknowledgement stretches to all of you, because I know that you guys do that when you don't feel like it, when you've just come home from work, when you're tired, when you've just delivered a child, and then just grabbing 5 minutes in the staff room or something. And it just doing this made me appreciate so much more about when you guys, it isn't convenient but you still take the action. So that's kind of just an acknowledgement for everybody, really.
Yeah, cool. And did you guys have any acknowledgements yourself that you wanted to put out there and share about? It could be yourself, it could be someone in your team, someone who's actually gone just above and beyond this week around either the health side of Isagenix or the business side of sharing it. We're going to get into a bit about sharing where you're at in the 6-week sprint as well, so if you want to share a bit more about that later. But anything now in terms of acknowledgement, recognition?
Just really quickly, I think Matt's doing great. So he's this week cracked the kind of 100 kilos, being less than 100 kilos, which was one of his weight goals. So he's like lost 11 kilos now, and just over 11. But also from the business point of view too, he's just really fired up about going to celebration, and he's fired up about sharing with people, and has had a few just people responding to his to what's happened with him, and he's been able to share his journey, and it's been really cool. So that was good. But also just noticing from the enrollments, I think Emma had somebody join this week, and Joe as well. So both those girls just phenomenal. Like it's very inspiring to see our group, the beginners, I suppose, the learners, actually making those enrollments. It's really great and really inspiring for me. So thank you, girls, for all the actions that you've been taking, and obviously your presenting, Emma. That's what I was really inspired by. Oh my God, Emma would have been. Yeah, it's okay, Rach. I know it's been a big week, but I was really moved by Emma Emma presenting. It was the first time, right? And I just thought, how amazing. Second time, yeah. but pretty new to it. So yeah, there you go. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, she was amazing as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, like literally amazing. And like most of the people there were Emma's.
Yeah.
Like, it was like,
I get that. Yeah.
Everybody who came on
Love that,
Wednesday,
Trish.
you know,
Yeah.
sorry?
physically, I wanted to acknowledge everybody who came on Wednesday, physically or online. Or yes, I was just. I mean, that was not the easiest group that. You know, I think 2 weeks before there was just such a funny group that I was so nice. But it's you never know which kind of people you're gonna have, you know. But it was still really nice. We had people online, people here. You know, we had people like Joe and Sarah and Cindy who came, and I just love that when people from the team came to the lunch party. Because, you know, they can have like side conversation with the guests, and it's just such a good opportunity to hear it for someone else and to meet the community.
Yeah.
Because we hear a lot about, you know, we've got a good community support and blah, blah, blah. And so it's so good when it happens and really takes place in the real life. So, yeah, I really love that. And the little things about my new enrollment, it's another doctor, so that's my second doctor on the team, and I'm so pleased about it.
That's really
good
cool.
work.
It's really cool, Emma. Awesome.
It's just, you know, like, because for me it's something big, like medical staff are not healthy. It's something which drives me insane. Like, I think we should really lead by the example. So yeah, I'm really pleased about it.
That's really cool.
Big time, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're getting them to shift to more holistic approaches, because, you know, if something's working for them, it changes that mindset around what they're recommending to people as well.
Yeah.
So awesome. So awesome.
Yeah.
And doctors are never short of money as well, so they're good product users because they'll probably stay on the products.
Yeah, exactly.
True, man. It's true.
There's some
Lawyers,
amazing
doctors,
product sharers
lawyers,
and business builders that are doctors as well. There's like a whole
teachers.
You've probably seen it, Emma, that tool. There's a little video clip. It's on YouTube. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but it's actually doctors who use the Archegenics products and recommend it.
Yeah.
On that clip, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
One that I saw was there is a physio. There is John Jeffrey.
That's another one. Yeah, that's another. There's one. It's an Isogenics clip. It's actually an Isogenics made tool, and it's only like 4 or 5 minutes long, and it's all these doctors sharing it. I should actually share it.
Pretty sure the woman that enrolled Jackson Parr speaks on there. She's a doctor, so his enrolling sponsor. Obviously, he's gone millionaire. She hasn't, but she still earns like she wasn't a millionaire, but she still maxed out. She still earns about $800,000 a year, and still practices 3 days a week or something as a doctor. So.
My dream is not to stop my job. I love my job, but it's to be able to do my job part-time in a healthier way, you know?
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that at the party we had at yours, Emma, and you were saying that you love it and you're so passionate about it. It's just the environment is toxic and you want to do it in your way.
Exactly.
How cool would it be if you could sell like a hub where you could like holistically deliver babies or something, and it was just like a place where you could like play meditation and it was just like so out there. It was just like not hippie, but it was just amazing. That would be freaking cool as shit.
My dream idea is to going like to underdeveloped country and teach midwifery. That's really what I want.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like Africa, or, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, to really make a difference. But we'll see. Anyway, it's been a good week, so that's great.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Is there anyone else you wanted to watch? Was that?
No, it's just really awesome to present with Emma. That's why I was just really present.
It was.
I kept crying, didn't I, Emma?
I was online and I heard it was awesome, and I heard everyone was dead in the audience, but
everyone was like stone. It was like they made of stone. I was like doing my whole strong suit thing where I was trying to make them laugh and then laughing at myself, which was quite funny.
Yeah.
But they were all quite new. I think that lots of them hadn't been to a launch party before, so they were just kind of like, wow, this is different.
Yeah, and I think it's depending which kind of people. Because like the one we did with Corinne, they were all quite new, but they were just really chatty.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, interrupting and asking questions.
Yeah.
And that was more like a lecture last time, but you know what? It still went well. I see my friend Mary is going to get started this week coming.
Oh, awesome.
Oh.
So, you know, it's just, yeah.
The other thing is that, what was I going to say? Oh my God, it's gone. I can't remember. No, I can't remember. It was quite...
Broken foot brain.
Yeah. No, it was like the... no, I can't remember. I'll probably chuck it in later.
That's why I wanted to go straight on to actually, a lot of you guys, I know people because I've been talking to some of you individually, and I know people have been having breakthroughs and breakdowns and all sorts of stuff going on in the first week of the 6-week sprint. And just to like set things straight, like it's completely normal. Like the first week is usually the week where you just go in all guns blazing, you're excited, and you make about 10,000 mistakes, and you like feel let down by people because they say no, and all that stuff comes up, and that's all just completely normal. Probably a good thing to say.
Sorry, I just can't leave this movement on. It's so uncomfortable.
So it's completely normal. It's the first. I should have said it the first week, actually, at the beginning of the first week. Rachel, you go?
Yeah.
Good. Where was I? So, yeah, no worries. Wherever you guys are at is perfect. That's pretty much what I want to say. And I just want to hear from just a couple of you guys, like, what have been, like, the breakthroughs and breakdowns you've had? Maybe one breakthrough and or one breakdown. And just keep it short and simple, and we're going to go into a few more things as well.
Is this recording?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Everything. Your foot and everything.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool. So yeah, just first in, first serve, whoever wants to go. Breakthrough, breakdown.
Sorry.
I can go. I'll go on, Emma.
I don't really know. I've been a bit disappointed. Well, we talked about it, Rach, on the phone yesterday. Like, you know, some people... I had the feeling that the most excited people at the beginning are actually the one who never starts. So also quite tricky one, you know, because I had one girl who came to the lunch party who'd been like so excited about it for like 3 months, and she's still just not making the move. And I went to like landmark languages and everything, and it's just like, anyway, I can't. It's just in her head at the moment, you know, I can't make it happen. And I had the other girl, like, who was so excited, like, she had a horrible history of trying to lose weight for years. She tried the most horrible things on the planet. And she was, like, so fired up, like, you know, in one day, like, one morning, I had a few chats with her, and I had it to the page, and she watched the clips right away. And she just so wanted to match how much it costs that I was at work, so it took me probably half an hour to wanted to reply, and in the meantime she's already Googled it. And my breakdown was also that you can find the price in Google, and I found that, I know it's what it is, but it's just so irrelevant, because just having a price and a picture of a pack doesn't tell you anything about the value of the product.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, I just found a bit difficult how to reply to that, because of course I offer a call, but she never replied. So yeah, that was one thing, yeah. And I found it a bit difficult. Like sometimes from my heart, you know, my feeling go really ups and down, because when I got someone really excited, I say, oh my gosh, that's gonna work, and it's actually those people, I can't get them started.
Yeah.
You start to realize that over time, yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean anything that they're excited. Yeah.
The girl that I got started, like, as soon as she watched the video, she said me no. And I just put her on the 3-way messages with our friend in common who always a doctor, also a doctor, and it just worked. She told me I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't expecting that, you know. So
I know.
You can't rely on your expectation at all.
I know.
You know, when
I'm
trying to do my math, then I try to say, oh, okay, I chose this one, you know, within the 6 week, I'm gonna get started, blah blah. And actually, it's all going not like I'm planning it. You know, it's going totally different way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that you say that, Emma, because I'm going to talk about this a bit later on in the call, but it's just like, it just always comes back to like numbers, guys. And I've got like 4 people have said that they want to get started. The likelihood is that if I'm lucky, one of those will actually start in the next 6 weeks. Like, you know, if I honestly think if 4 people have said that they want to get started, all those 4 people are going to get started, I'm living in like la la land. You know, I've just learned that the hard way, because I would just be like, yes, I've got like 10 people that are going to enroll, and like, you know, just humans. We had one girl that wants to get started, and then she didn't even meet us today. She was hungover. So it's like, you know, I do feel your frustration, because I have a broken foot and I was wanting to go out and meet her, and she couldn't meet me because she had a hangover. But then also it's just like, the people that are meant for you, like the same thing I said to Corinne earlier in the week, people that are meant to be in your tribe, like that doctor, will join us, and the ones that are just like flaky and stuff, like, that's just where they're at right now. I remember when I was like that, and people would invite me to something and I would say I was going to go, and then I would just not show up because I had no integrity, because I hadn't grown myself enough to even realize what I was doing. And some of those people that we're talking to are just still in that space. And just important to always remember that, because realistically, like, you know, 1 in 10, like 2 in 10 if we're lucky. And that's where the numbers are just so crucial, because actually you end up in this place of like, I had 10 people that were going to start and none of them have started, and then you end up disempowered, and it, you know, it's just kind of like cycle of
it's just about keeping moving forward, you know, because
that's exactly it.
I think sometimes I kind of focused on the people that like the, how we call it, like the and but I struggle sometimes to keep finding new people to keep talking, you know, initiate new conversation, even if you have someone who is supposed to be ready, you know, not focus on those 2 people who are supposed to be ready, but keep expanding.
Absolutely, yeah. And 3 of us on the call are immigrants, have no like network here, and you know, that can be difficult. At the beginning, I used to have so many breakdowns around, I don't have any warm market, you know, like I have to physically go out and meet people. But learning to do this from the get-go just means that you're going to be like so ahead of the game when it comes to, like, when you guys go 2-star, 3-star, you're going to be like already masters at going out and connecting with people, because you've always had to do it from the start. And that's what people have to do as soon as they run out of warm contacts anyway. You know, everybody has to go do that. So
and I'll tell you, actually, when
it's just work from the beginning. That's it. You don't have this honeymoon phase where it's kind of easy because you just have your one market. It's just the proper work straight away.
Straight away. And I was just doing heaps of Landmark at the start, so I just used to go to Landmark and enroll everyone.
That's what I started to do, but no, not going anymore.
It's so open. It's funny because most of the people we have in our business, and you'll hear this from a lot of like even the top leaders, like 6-figure, 7-figure income earner leaders, they say most of the people in their business, they didn't even know before they found out about Isagenix. And it's exactly the same with our business. Like most of the people we've gotten started, we didn't even know before Isagenix. Like the people that I meet every day just out and about, you know, those are the people who are generally more likely to get started than my warm market, is what I've found just from the numbers so far.
I found that a little bit this week, because the people that I've spoken to are sort of like existing friends, and obviously we're talking to them from a place because we know that it's beneficial, and yet they go to me, well, are you trying to sell me something? It's like, well, not really, no, I'm doing this because I love you. Like, are you serious? I was talking to this guy that I was talking to you about earlier on, Rach, the bodybuilder. I've known him for like 6 years. And I know he's been training to be huge the whole time I've known him, and he's not growing. And he's just not tanking up. And I was talking to him about it because I recommended him a personal trainer back home. And I said, oh, by the way, what supplements are you using? He told me, and I said, well, if I could guarantee something that would guarantee you growth, and if it did, you get your money back. And sent him a picture of Geordie Shields and said, this guy uses it. And he was like, well, are you trying to sell me something? I was like, is that what you've taken from this? That's the one thing. That was the one takeaway from what I just said, is that I'm trying to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's happened 3 times this week. I just don't know how to combat it. I keep saying, well, realistically, you could go with somebody else. They wouldn't care. I want to benefit you, but that doesn't really sound very legit. So how would you combat that? Because it's pissing me off.
I get that often. So often.
Yeah.
I sent that, you know, that referral message on the 6-week sprint group message that I sent you, like as an example to you guys. Yeah, I sent that to 2 different people on the same day, and one message reply was, "Oh yeah, no worries. I'll ask a few people around. I'm like not interested right now, but you know maybe in the future, send me a bit more about it." But I'll send a message out to people I know. I was like, "Oh, awesome, thanks." And then I sent the same message straight after, and the next person was like, "Oh, I thought you might be trying to sell me something." And I was like, oh, it's the same message, but everyone's going to interpret what you say differently, depending on, there's so many different factors, your relationship with them, how well they know you. It's usually
where you're coming from
the conversation sometimes, like if they know, like, and trust you, all that stuff is like,
it's crazy. I said to him, I was like, I don't care if you buy it from me or from my neighbour, like, I don't care. I want you to get your results. It doesn't affect me. I don't care who you go with. And he was like, oh yeah, okay. I was like, doing this in the place of love because I know you want to be big. Like, what?
Yeah, the trick is not getting attached to it.
Easier with people you don't really close to.
Maybe, yeah.
It's for my own experience. It's actually, I stand more for people that I'm not emotionally attached.
Mm.
You know, because you don't have these things like, oh, and you don't, if they tell you something, but you're not really friend with them, you know, you just recently connected. It won't really matters.
Yeah.
You know, it won't really matter because, well, they want to grab the opportunity. That's okay. At least it's already in their mind. And, you know, one day they may think about you again and contact you.
Exactly. That's it. Exactly. And that's happened so many times as well, especially with my warm market. They've come back a year, 2 years plus now later, and they said, oh, actually, I'll give it a go now.
Yeah. So
that's interesting. Because I've actually noticed more recently that now that I'm happy to discuss this, like now that I'm actually approaching this as a lifestyle, whatever, and I'm discussing it openly with people, whereas before I was like, it's just this thing I'm doing, I just want to lose some weight, like don't tell anyone. People are like, oh, is that the thing you keep getting tagged in on Facebook? I'm like, people see it and they think about it, and then you mention it and they're like, oh yeah, it works.
100%, yeah.
To be honest, I started a conversation this week with a girl from work, but she works in the community attached to the hospital, and I just thought, I don't know why, I thought, oh my god, she's gonna think that I'm crazy. You know, sometimes you get assumption with some people, and it was just my story. But I was like, oh, anyway, if I don't see her really often, nothing to lose. But the conversation I stopped, but you know, that's a long weekend and she's a mum and blah, blah, blah. But you know what's the first answer? Oh my gosh, tell me more. I'm getting married next year. I want to lose 40 kgs and I've seen your results on Facebook, so I really want to know more about it. And it was like, fuck, she was in my mind for like weeks and I never dare sending her a message. So just get over it, because you're never going to know how people are going to respond. Never.
I love you. It's like, she's just like you. She talks heaps. I was like, yeah, that's why she's so awesome.
You guys, actually, just you, Rachel, and kind of like all you guys, you know.
Actually, Alice as well. Alice talks a lot, and so does Laura. So.
I do. I just had a thought pop into my head, Laura, and it might be right or wrong, you know, for you. I don't know, and I don't know actually how I'd respond either. But I was thinking about your friend, and he said you're trying to sell me something. I would be actually like, yeah, I am trying to sell you something. You know, I would be straight about it, because that's the other thing is, I think if you're like, oh yeah, I really care about you and whatever, it's like, well, no, this is a business, and I love you, and I wouldn't be trying to sell it to you if I didn't think it was amazing. And exactly what you need, and I am trying to sell you something. Like, there's something. What do you reckon, Isaac? Like, I mean, just in terms of the authenticity, say what you think. Actually, don't try and skirt around it or sugarcoat it for them.
That's perfect. That's what I said back to that lady.
Yeah, they're a big and they may have issues with selling or being sold to by their friends. But the thing I was going to say was I've just started listening to GoPros, so I'm going to put it on the Rachel, thank you. Like,
it is incredible.
Incredible. Yeah, and that's where that comes from. It's like sell, because you are selling. Don't pretend you're not. You know, it's like
you have a product to sell.
Yeah. I was actually saying to Alice,
that's really good. Thank
why
you.
are you even talking to someone if you've not listened to GoPro?
Oh yeah, I know, and I'd heard it. I'd heard it quite a few times. I heard it on the first call I jumped on Adam's team where they talked about GoPro, and I've heard it mentioned, and I just hadn't. And then Hamish and I have listened to it in the car. I've listened to the first 40 minutes. This is gold. It's ridiculously gold.
So good. Like when he starts playing, like I'll never forget. I was outside the letting agents with Isaac and Adam, and he had it playing in the car, and he was saying like network marketing is like the business of the future. Like in 10 years time, these jobs will be gone, these jobs will be gone, these jobs will be gone. I used to work in sales jobs are all what he was saying was like happening, like people were being targeted, their base was being cut, like that was all going on in London. And I was like, oh my fucking god, like the whole world needs to just be played this on loudspeaker and like Times Square. I was like,
I did this really funny thing yesterday. I went to a kid's birthday party with Max, right, 5-year-olds, and all the people there, I told them, this year I'm starting a network marketing business. I just like straight out told them, because I just wanted to see their reaction. And I just think it's really funny because people actually have no idea what you're talking about. They just look at you blankly. They go, oh yeah. And it's like, I didn't really go into any big conversations about it or anything, but I just thought if I said that, I just want to know how many people have heard about it, have someone who's done it, who know anything about it. And I think in New Zealand, like so many people don't. They just have no idea. So it's a good, there's nothing to worry about.
Absolutely.
And maybe it's never anything to worry about, but at some point you'll get different reactions, I'm sure, but it's just quite fun. I was just having fun with it.
Oh, absolutely. It's hilarious.
Put up GoPro again, please, on the page, because that can never be put on times.
Yeah, I'll put it on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So we are going to just whip through the next bit. We're not going to do the 5 pillars of belief because we've just got some other stuff we want to get through and we want to be intentional. So we're not going to do that this week. I think you guys are pretty on top of that, and we'll do that again. Just
set yourself like 1 or 2 goals, at least one around your beliefs, like where you're low on the belief needle in one of the 5 areas.
Yeah.
And just go to work on the areas and go for gold on that goal and let us know how you go.
Products, compensation plan, company, network marketing, self. Might even just be telling people you do network marketing. Might be like a breakthrough for you. Okay, so being active on I think you wanted to talk about this, Rebalanced Living page? Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of give you guys a why for like why it's important to post, to comment, to be active regularly, daily on the Rebalanced Living page, more than any other page basically, because that's our main cleanse support page. That's the page that we're all on, that we support people on, that all our people that we're introducing Isagenix to and sharing it with, and they're getting exposures on that page. They're all on that page. Team Abundance page is important too, like be regular on that one as well. And the reason why on the Rebalanced Living page more than any other page is because that's the page where we're going to be showing people like what we're all about, what our community is all about, what the culture of our team is about, what we're up for helping people with, whether it's, a recipe or whether it's, something about the Isagenix products, or whether it's a before and after photo. Every single post counts. And the more activity we can have on that page without getting carried away and posting like 10 before and after photos in one day and nothing else, like being responsible for what you post as well. You want to actually be on that page regularly, active every single day. I see you guys are frozen. Can you still hear me? Hello?
You might be saying yes, but we can't hear you. You can. Okay, cool. Thanks, Alice. So yeah, just keeping active. You're back. Cool. So keep active on that page every single day, because when you post, each time you post, one of your, or comment or like, one of your people who you've introduced onto that page, and I'm saying this now more than ever because you guys have started really introducing people onto the page at the beginning of the 6-week sprint. So this is where you want to be showing them each day, exposing them to, even if you're not talking to them, they're going to see you liking, commenting, and posting.
Yeah.
So and you won't know. You'll sometimes see there's like 114 views but only 10 likes, that's because they've seen it. They're just not showing that they're looking at it by liking or anything for whatever reason. But they are watching, and, you know, they're looking, and this is how we've managed to enroll a lot of people over time by introducing them to that page. Sometimes they haven't been interested in the moment, but I've said, hey, would you just be willing to hop on? And if you know anyone who's interested, you know, they can check it out. So even if someone says no, you can put them on still. And they'll see that over time, over months, over years. And when they're ready, they would have seen so much from that page, unless they got sick of it and muted it or left it. That happens too, but that's okay. Like, there's so many people that stay on there and watch. So you want to be active on that page regularly, personally for your people, but just to contribute back to the team as well. Like, this is an opportunity that we were given and gifted. And it's like, whether we're financially linked or not, or whether that person's in your downline, upline, crossline, doesn't matter. Like, we just want to be giving back and create that culture of contributing back to people. And, you know, knowing that, you know, when people hear of Rebalanced Living, oh, that's that team, you know, that's that team, like with Corin, Rach, Alice, Emma, Laura, all those guys. They're just amazing leaders, and they're just so heart-centered. I want to be like working with those guys, you know, and other people in Isagenix are talking about us like that. And, you know, we've created what the Isagenix culture is all about, that whole one team aspect. We've created that by the activity we've produced on that page, and the kind of people we are, and the kind of comments we leave, you know. So does that make sense to you guys? I just wanted to create a whole sort of world around that. Yeah. Awesome.
I would say, like, one thing I was going to add is that, you know, and this isn't like I'm watching you like Big Brother thing at all. This is just, I know from myself, when people are adding people into the team page, I know that they're in action. And when they're not doing anything. It's just you're not talking to anyone. And I know that because I know I do that. When I'm talking to people and I'm having conversations and I'm sharing the Isagenix story, I'm adding people onto the page. When I'm not sharing it with anyone. So just know, like, I looked earlier, I added 4 people onto the page this week. Really, I could do with that being about 7, like 1 a week, 1 a day, or 6, something like that. But just kind of, and I'm going to talk about numbers again in a bit, but just if you can set yourself a goal around that, guys, like 5 people a week or something, this 6 week sprint will explode for you, because it's just a constant exposure to Isagenix. That's just it. You're making it hard for yourselves. If you're not adding people into the team page and you're having conversations, you're making it hard work for yourselves. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, just
want to make it easy as possible.
Yeah, thanks, Rach. That was perfect.
No worries.
Yeah, so the Team Abundance page is basically the same, except we're working with product shares and business builders. The people you're adding on there, the people who have expressed an interest on their new associate checklist, that they are keen to share the products and either earn an income or just at least get their products paid for. So those are the people you're adding to that page, the Team Abundance page. And you're sharing mostly, you get a sense of what you need to share on there from the post that we put up. You're sharing business-related things, but you're also sharing things that you think are going to add value to people when they're sharing these products with people. That's not, sometimes we put up meditation, for instance, because I feel like that's added value to my business venture within Isagenix, my journey. Yeah. So even things like that, let's just start upping the content and the activity on there, liking those posts, commenting. The more you can create activity, the more people in your team, like just using you, for instance, Alice, like the more you're active, like Matt, he may not like go on straight away, but he'll see over time, he'll be like, oh, Alice is always posting. She's always regular. She's consistent. That must be what a leader does. I'm going to start doing that. And just that leading by example thing, you do it, your people will follow. And I learned that right at the beginning. It was actually something that got duplicated to me from Adam and from other people in our upline above Adam. And it's just been something that they've used, and we just really want to get into our team, because it's what's going to blow up all our teams, when we're all successful and we're able to duplicate what works and what's been kept simple for us, and like the leaders have paved those paths. That's what's going to get us like winning pretty much on our journey
at life.
Winning
everything you do, they do. Like if you enroll people on a 30-day nutritional cleansing pack, I guarantee you go 3 levels deep in your Isagenix journey, and those people's people will have enrolled them on a 30-day nutritional cleansing program. Yeah, they just do everything. They do everything and there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, if you, obviously we always start with the President's Pack and work down, but I just know because I enrolled Christina on the 30-day starter pack, and her girl enrolled in a 30-day starter pack. So it's just like everything you do, good or bad, always duplicates. They're just little, they're following you all the time.
Yeah, that's what Audrey Moss says in that podcast that she does. She says that whatever you buy, they're going to say, oh, what did you start with? What did you do? And then you'll tell them and they'll do it. Yeah. So you have to make what you do valuable and make it count, because it's going to be replicated by everyone below you. And she made that point so clear.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. Yeah. That's so key. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's just thinking before you take any action in your business. It's like, is this what I want to duplicate in my business? If I see this 15, 20, 30 levels deep in my business and everyone's buying the 30-day pack and nothing else, is that really what I want duplicating? You know, yeah, and just following the leaders and what they've done, because the people who've done it quickly have done it because they duplicated really well from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. And yeah, following on from that, 3-way messages and calls. So the 3-step process that we want to be following during the 6-week sprint to keep it really simple and duplicatable is firstly adding people to the Rebalance Living page, tagging them in the tool on the Rebalance Living page. And after those 2 steps, the third one is putting them into a 3-way message or call, you know, once they've watched that tool and they want to know a little bit more. So I honestly find the message really simple. Like, Emma, you put me in a message with one of your friends. He was already doing Isogenics, but it was a good example of, you know, that was just an easy way to start flowing into the conversation. And then I just said, you know, I'm always here if you need me in the future. And it's just a really simple way to, if you put me into a conversation, Alice or Laura or Emma or Rach or any one of us, we're always going to lead it towards going to a 3-way call. But it's just a really simple way to get connected, related to them. It's, you know, non-evasive. You know, they don't have to feel like they have to say anything over the phone or reply or anything. So it's a really great way to start the 3-way message. But if you think that person's, they're good, they're like all good to go, they want to call, then just set up a call or a Zoom call. Zoom calls are great too, because you get to see them as well.
Yeah.
So use the 3-way tool, basically, is what I'm saying. And once they've watched that clip, that Mary Evans clip on the page, and they've got more questions and they want to know more, don't even answer their questions. Just go, hey, like, I've just started this journey, whether you're 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm new to some of the stuff. I don't know it all. Do you mind if I put you in a 3-way message with my friend and you can answer your questions, or she can answer your questions?
Yeah.
And that's it. And then boom. Yeah, Emma?
Yeah, just a quick question. So would you wait for the person to watch the video first?
Always. Yeah. I just find it easier.
I didn't do it last time.
Yeah, yeah.
Message. I just, you know, sometimes because it's, I don't know, it's better, it's a bit idea. But because I did it with my friend Simon, that I know I didn't have any issue. But sometimes I think like a man in the conversation, which I'm talking to another man, might help. So the guy that I put just with a message, it hasn't enrolled yet. And but I've just did the same. I did both at the same time. I added it to the page and I created the message with you. So maybe next time I should do it more step by step.
Yeah, it's just people can get overwhelmed when they're given more than one thing to do at once.
Okay.
You know, people have got busy lives in general anyway. It's like when you get someone started and you add them to multiple pages. That's why I say just start with the page. So yeah, from my experience and, you know, a lot of making mistakes, you add someone to the Rebalance Living page and just tag them at tool, welcome them, and go, hey, when can you watch this tool by? This is Eric Worre GoPro stuff. Basically.
Yeah, no, I did that, but there wasn't any. It didn't respect his words, but now probably was great before the end of the weekend, and I had these words, so hopefully I can follow tomorrow night.
Sometimes I've followed up like 5 to 10 times before someone's watched that clip, but I don't move on to the next step until, and I actually, like you guys, product sharers and business builders, like, you know, go onto isogenicsbusiness.com and start here and finish those steps first, and then we'll move on to the next thing, because it's just easier to manage that, and you can just keep track of where people are and they're not getting overwhelmed, you know. So yeah, get them to, and it's so much easier once they've watched a tool, especially the Mary Evans clip. Once they've seen or watched a tool, seen a before and after photo, something, you know, it makes it so easier to speak to them in a 3-way message or call, because they ask less questions. They're generally less skeptical because they've seen something that has resonated with them personally before they even have a talk with someone else. Yeah.
You know, it's isogenics. There's
They're
not any of that like
tosogenics.
weird, it's nutritional cleansing, but we're not going to say what the name is stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just way.
Something I really liked from the call last week was when you say to, when we had someone comment on a transformation that we think can relate with the person, that I've been doing that, and I think that's quite a good idea actually.
Yeah, really effective.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier to do that, like, than rather than to watch a short clip, just initially, and then just seeing, you know, sometimes that gets them more interested. They're like, okay, I'll watch the short clip now. So it's just being strategical about it. Sometimes, you know, your people you're talking to often as well.
Would you tag someone in the transformation, for example, or you wouldn't do that?
I have done in the past.
Depends who it is. Like, if I've said to someone, had a call with them or something, or I've messaged them, I was like, oh man, there's so many cool before and after photos, transformation photos. I'm going to tag you one, or I'd love to just see one. Check this out. You know, like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because then I know they're going to look at it. They're expecting the tag. I kind of guide the conversation towards them. It follows, you know, a sort of set process, and mainly it's based around that 3-step process I talked about. But yeah, good questions. Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes it goes straight from like them on the page to you inviting them to a launch party and coming to a launch party. But then then it might lead to, you know, you do a launch party, they come to the launch party, they check out, then you do a 3-way call, you know, it just,
because they got more questions. Yeah.
It just depends. I just set up a 3-way call with a woman in America, and I've asked Corinne to come onto it because I want her, you know, I want it to be a 3-way. I could do the call myself, but it's just not going to be as effective. So
yeah, it's going to, but
okay, cool. Could you share the screen for me with so the last bit I'm going to talk about for the next 10 minutes is the tracker on the back of the 90-day game plan, which is here, and I'm just obsessed with this tracker. So I just wanted to like quickly ask a question to everyone, like who has used the tracker this week with their numbers, and who knows how many people they've new contacts they've done, how many follow-ups they've done, how many pouring like recognition into people they've done.
I've used a tracker, but I've not used this.
Okay.
I've used Capsule and my own organizational system of writing in my diary.
Okay, cool. So you know your numbers, Laura.
Yeah, but this is probably going to be actually a better thing.
Yeah. So there's things on here that maybe you wouldn't think of, and I just 333 I can remember, but in terms of I don't know, like setting up appointments or referrals, like asking for referrals, that's something that maybe I don't always have in my mind to do. Social media posts, like this was the reason that I post regularly. This tracker actually had me actively look at what am I posting each day, and I just love this tracker. I had to get Patricia to send me the 90-day game plan because they took it off the Isogenics business website, and subsequently I've just been writing my numbers down this week, but I can just see how it's not as effective as this. So
this
which page is it? I can't find it.
And
so it should
44
be right at the back.
44 on the old 9-day game plan. Yeah, 44.
And it's not 44. I've got this number 44.
Well, it says 44 down the bottom there. 43, 44.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I said the end page. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I was just gonna say, this may seem really like useless. Even like when I looked at this, I was like, oh my god, what's the point of this? And this is wasting my time. I could be, following up or contacting more people, things like that. Sometimes I view things like that, especially structure like this. But actually, when we did this for it was about 2 weeks, because I realized like week 1 got to the end, I was like, oh, I haven't enrolled anyone. And then I looked back, I was like, oh, okay, well, what's that a result? What's these 2 boxes here a result of? And basically, it's a combination of all these things above, which is the beauty of this structure here, how they've created it. And I was like, oh, wow, like I asked for no referrals at all. I did this
for like almost a whole 90-day game plan every single week.
I
just was obsessed with, like, on a Sunday night, I wouldn't go to sleep till I had my numbers written down, like my goals, because I would wake up on Monday morning and I'd just go to the tracker and the tracker would tell me what I needed to do, instead of me having to use my brain, which is so unreliable, to tell me what I needed to do every day. So I just really good for that.
Because that's something that I'm really bad at it. would you plan for the week exactly who you're gonna contact?
Maybe
well,
not that.
I've wrote out 50 contacts to contact during the 6-week sprint. I'm going to add another 50 to it halfway through. So I do already know who I'm speaking to. Yeah, because I knew we worked out our numbers, which were if I want to enroll 10 people in the 90-day, in the 10 people in the 6 weeks, I need to speak to 100 people.
Yeah.
So
I think it's important to have a list of people that you want to contact in the time. I think if it makes it easier for you, have them written down each day, because that way you're not going through your list and going, or maybe them today and putting up people that you're not so sure about.
yeah.
I think that's something that's probably just specific to how organised you like to be. I personally have been writing down who I have to talk to the next day, because for me at the moment, having such an open list of no one is helping me. But I think that as I get my shit together a bit more and I have a list that's a bit more concise than just a bunch of names of everyone I know in this country, then I'll be able to be a bit more free with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So good,
Yeah.
Laura. Yeah,
I know,
perfect.
I'm quite good when I don't work, but and I work like yesterday. Work wasn't too crazy, and I've planned who I'm gonna talk on the day before, so I was alright. And today, work was mental, so yeah, I've just been out of action. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And I'm working again for the 2 days, so it's just like I say sometimes maybe if I try to at least plan for the period that I'm working, exactly who I'm going to talk to, that'll be quite helpful.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that's the beauty of, like, you guys, I can tell you guys have been in action. Like when you guys are saying, well, this is what I've done, it hasn't really worked, and maybe if I did this, that would work better. And that's literally, this whole journey is like that, no matter how many years you've been in it, because there's so many things you can do better or things that we're missing you can add, and this will help so much with that. That's what I found. This, putting your numbers down here, your weekly goals, like I want to do 15 initial contacts this week, I want to do 50 follow-ups, I want to do 5 3-way calls, that writing those numbers down and then go, okay, now I know I have 7 days to hit that goal there. So how many do I have to do per day? And then it actually helps break down the numbers, which is what you're going to be talking about. Yeah. So Rach, you wanted to talk about breaking down numbers as well?
Well, it was mainly this that I was going to talk about.
I thought there was something else you wanted to talk about.
No, it was mainly the tracker. Like, I thought that we'd already gone over breaking down numbers, but if you guys are unsure about that, it's in the video it's on the video that Isaac put up.
We did it like the 250 conversation that we need to have.
Yeah, so 100 people. Is it 100 people and 250 conversations, because that was works off around 5 exposures each time. And you just get through those so easy, because an exposure is one exposure is you watching a video, another exposure is putting them in a 3-way message, another exposure is coming to a launch party. Like, it's not going to be like you've got to have 10 phone calls with them or something.
It never happens like that. Sometimes we have no phone calls when they get started.
Yeah,
it just depends on the person.
They're just like so ready.
Yeah. So it kind of makes it more, the point of that video was to make it less overwhelming for you guys, like realizing that actually, if I'm smart about this, and I think Eric Worre mentions this in GoPro, you can actually expose people to multiple tools in a really short space of time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more about that than trying to have so many conversations, because they'll just get annoyed if you keep calling them. Then it literally will sound like sales. Oh my God, have you checked that tool? No. Are you going to buy the products? Which pack are you getting? All that kind of stuff. Like, it's not, we are in the business of selling a product. We're not in the business of not selling like that anyway.
Yeah.
It's about exposures and tools and, getting people into the community and stuff like that. That's the difference anyway, I've found.
Absolutely.
So did you guys have any questions just for the last few minutes we've gone on the call about anything we've talked about?
I just have a couple of questions about, in your experience with people feeling hassled, or like the timing of things. So if you've sent out a Facebook message, that they've seen it because it's got that little circle, and you know that they've seen it but they haven't come back to you. Do you wait a day or 2 days? Do you kind of say, oh, hey, did you see what I sent you? Do you just wait for them to come back, or what do you find? Have you got any rule about that, or any experience? Or
I've got a rule. I don't know. You go.
No, I don't know if I have as much structure.
A rule.
I implement stuff like this. No, I sometimes I'm like, I send them a voice message, and if they didn't get it, I'm like, oh, hey darling, I don't know if you got my voice message okay. Sometimes they don't come through. How's everything going? And I had that with like one girl yesterday. I was like, I'm sure you've been really busy over the weekend because she's a hairdresser. And she was like, yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen to the voice messages yet. I will do. And yeah, blah, blah, blah. So there's a fine line, because you want to you don't want to be pushy, but you also don't want to lose intention. And sometimes this happens. I notice at the moment I've got like 4 or 5 people on the fence. So I start looking at, okay, what am I not doing here that means that these people are not starting? Some people are just not going to start, but you know, when there's quite a few people that are not really, like I was saying to Isaac, there's not really much, what's the word?
Momentum.
No, not me. You were saying that there's quite a few people just like fluffing around.
Urgency.
There's no urgency with those people. It's just kind of like, yeah, kind of cruisy. And that's something I've noticed, that Kiwis are just like cruisy kind of people anyway, so somebody who have to hurry them along.
Sometimes I do need to call on that point.
Yes, sometimes I will just literally call people. Like and it's scary. And when the phone's ringing, like, and my heart is just like beating, and I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Just so I can call and see how you are. Like most of the time they're quite taken back and don't expect you to call them. So, you know, it's just nice to...
Sometimes on Facebook we call them.
Yeah, when we've done Ice Derbies and sprints and stuff, when we've been really like under pressure, we will just be like calling person after person. And some people are like, did you call me by accident? Like they just can't even believe that you're phoning them on Facebook. But, you know, I had one girl that I just called a couple of times. I ended up having a coffee meeting with her a couple